One of the biggest reasons why I hate my job and just hate working in general is because I get what I like to call the octopus department position. The octopus department position is basically a job at any 9 to 5 job, any job where the actual work is required from more than one person, but only one person finds themselves doing that. I call it the octopus. I call it the octopus department because ultimately, you have to like grow arms and legs in order to be able to do things as efficiently as it should be. Like one thing about my job that I really just can't stand, my current job, is that like I'm in that position. And, it's like I have to do the work of two people on my own, and obviously since I can't do any I can't do the job that well. Now, granted, I do the job pretty okay, but after a certain time, you know, because I work in the morning. One of the few things I kind of have, one of the few things I learned about the octopus department position is that like I can't do that while closing. The biggest problem is that like because I'm sorry, I'm really angry right now. I really am. That's why I'm having a hard time like speaking. It's just because like one I never really was the kind of guy to go to work and hate my boss or hate, like my manager or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I always, like I never really focused on my manager like that. I never really focused on my boss or the person in charge like that because I rarely got to see them because I was always so into my work that the only time I ever like saw my manager or my boss or whatever is when I asked them something specifically about what's going on, or like if I needed some advice or some help or something, or just let them know, hey, I'm about to go for the day or whatever, things like that. So it's like with this job specifically, I hate my boss, and I hate to say it like that, because like this guy, he is trying so hard to get me fired. Like I say, I'm in the octopus position. I'm in the octopus department position. I have to do the work of two people by myself, and because and I like I say, it starts off really slow in the morning, and then it picks up around 3, and it's like all of a sudden I need another person to help me, and I ain't got them. So it's like I find myself in a pickle, in a pickle, in a really bad spot, and all I can do is what I can do. You know what I mean? I need help. I need help. You see that I need help, and instead of giving me help, you basically say, I am this close to firing you because you're not doing your job good enough. And it makes me, it's really upsetting to me to know that I can get fired simply because I can't be two people at once. It's just, it's heartbreaking to me. It's heartbreaking to me that it's that easy for me to get fired. Like all my boss has to do is just say he's not doing the job fast enough. Get rid of him. Now I didn't get fired yet, but like I got threatened essentially. I think what really kind of made me mad about the threat was when he said night crew does a better job at their job than you do. It's like, well, there's only one me, and there's 3 people working the night crew. Of course, it's like, of course they're gonna do a better job. Many hands do less work. They're gonna, it makes no sense to just immediately like compare me to 3 people. Like by that logic, I should at least get one more person. I'm just like I'm more angry about the fact that I'm more angry about the fact that this guy sees me working by myself and is basically saying you're not working by yourself fast enough and you should get fired for that. And the worst part is that like every job I've had is kind of like that, Like every job I've had is always like a job that requires like more than one person to be a part of and more than one person to actually do it efficiently. And I always find myself being the only person doing this stuff for X amount of time, and it's like I have to do the job of multiple people by myself, and it really makes me think about all the times where like I had to work like really late in the night or really early in the morning by myself doing things because the business that I worked for was just too lazy or too incompetent or too frustrated or just too unlikable to bring in assistance. So rather than bring in assistance, it's just basically hassle the one guy who's working at the time. It's just, it's remarkably unfair how crazy that is. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I am a big fan of the possibility of UBI, Universal Basic Income. Because, like, at this point, having a job is just not worth it. You can't buy a house with a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Like, I can barely afford the car that I'm driving with the 9 to 5. You know, like at this point now, like UBI. And another thing too is that like I just want to go ahead and take this time to point out real quick, UBI. You know, there's a stereotype of like, well, if you start getting universal basic income, which is just passive income for doing nothing, then you're just gonna continue to do nothing. You know, something that lazy people say to like sort of take the heat off of them and put it onto others. Because I know for a fact that if universal basic income was a real thing, I would be working 2 jobs. I would be working 2 jobs, working like 2 incomes and UBI. Man, I'll be sitting here like, bruh, I'll be working like crazy. The only people who I know who wouldn't be doing that are racists who have basically like thought to themselves, that welfare is only like bad if black people get it. You know? So, like, what's up? I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I'm at the point now where it's just like, if I'm president, you know what I mean? For one thing, I'm locking up all the white supremacists. I'm putting in universal basic income as a state's thing. And I'm basically making all the congressmen, every single congressman on the federal level, work for the federal minimum wage. They're gonna have to earn the federal minimum wage. I mean, how's that for an incentive on improving things, right? I really am. I'm angry though. I really am. I'm so angry. I'm getting depressed. Like I'm getting actually like, I'm getting thoughts of ending the story quickly or quicker than expected, and I'm just trying my best to just sort of like continue living right now. So I apologize if this came across as random. I just really, really, really needed to get this out. Love and peace, y'all. See y'all on Monday.